Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Radio Reacts. I am of course Kevin and you are here for another hour or so of music and chat with myself. In fact, it's a bit more music than chat this week. It's mainly due to the fact that it's been a rough week. I have not got a lot of time to really think about things. But for the next hour, and hang on, what's this? Rexy's gone off season. Don't worry about sticking to the hour too much if you want to go over. Wait, hang on a minute. Wait. Rexy's not here. If Rexy's not here, then... Wait. Hang on, quick. Hang on, it's around here somewhere. There, play! It's Sunday night, a little bit past 7 PM, which I know is my normal slot, but I know the people with it. Anyway, welcome to this week's Sega Mixer Drive. I'm your host, Kevzy, and I'm here over the next couple of hours to bring you the best in Sega song remix all over the world, because you know there's more music out there than just the official stuff, and it's great to showcase new music from around the internet. You are, of course, listening to Radio Sega. Oh my goodness, have you seen the weather outside today? What is up with that? Anyway, we've got remix and stuff that you've never even heard of, and... Hold it. When does she breathe? I think I can officially say I'm too old for this shit. Just forget it. We'll just have normal Randy Redux. Damn it.
Dino, the what you want. On iTunes, Spotify, and Radio Sega, you're listening to Radio Redux.
I seem to recall saying that we needed a better appreciation of the Sonic and Secret Rings soundtrack, and that still stands. The first track you heard there was, of course, The Wicked Wild level for Dinosaur Jungle from Sonic and the Secret Rings, composed by Fumi Kumatani, and the vocals by Rumblebee on that occasion from the 2007 album. After that, we actually had from Space Jam on the Sega Saturn. It's just track 3. There's no specific name for it, but I thought it was quite nice and something you've probably not heard. I don't think it's even part of the rotation actually. Space Jam. I think there's not the different version, but not the Saturn version. So something you would not have heard on Radio Sega. So today, what am I going to actually talk about today? That's a very good question because, oh my god, I just have... You know you wake up and you've got zero energy. Absolutely zero. I was so productive yesterday with all manner of things with the LMC site going on. And I'm slowly clawing my way through all the stuff in WordPress pending that needs to be confirmed and reworked. Or binned or what have you, and it's just like I did so many posts yesterday and just got into that in a nice rhythm, and I ended up sleeping for 10 hours and which is a very long time for me, and I just no energy at all. There's stuff I did want to talk about as well before next week's show, which will be an LMC cast. One way or the other is going to be an LMC cast next week. And what was it? Oh yeah, that was it. So the LMC Discord, which I invite you to join, by the way. There's good people on there. There was a discussion in the Sega part of it. Well, I'll say a discussion. It was more like an argument, really, between Titans Grid and Double Cross about Big the Cat. So, yeah, I have thoughts on Big the Cat. People won't agree with my thoughts on Big the Cat, but I should probably explain. Big the Cat is... So Big the Cat, the character. I have no problem with Big the Cat, the character. Big is your everyman. Big is the guy in the wrong place at the wrong time. Average Joe. There is nothing essentially special about Big the Cat. He's just a guy who's going around doing his own life, doing his own thing, and keeps finding himself in ridiculous circumstances. Chronicles did a great job of giving him an interesting personality, and it sort of touched on the thing that Knuckles the Echidna has in the Sonic Boom series, whereas you think this guy is kind of dumb because of the way he speaks and some of the things he comes out with, but actually he's smarter than you give him credit for, because he's not smart on certain things, but there's other real world stuff that he does and has been doing, which means that he's a smarter character in that sense. He's more sort of real world savvy in a way than he is for anything else. So we were talking about, the conversation was about cameos, and there's obviously a festival going on at the minute in Japan, and Sonic Channel did a very beautiful piece of artwork. Very beautiful. Most beautiful piece of artwork I've seen from in a very long time, of Shadow and Maria on Ark looking sort of up, sitting on an observatory deck or something, looking up at the stars, and Maria being all excited and trying to explain stuff, and then just randomly in the corner in as a constellation is the word big. And the question was being asked was whether or not this was, a bit too much. And I will go back to what I said previously on other channels, that I don't like Big, not because of the character, but because of how he's used and the manner in which he's used. There's nothing essentially wrong about him, just popping up in the background here and there. Was that needed? No. Things can be left as they are, and they don't need, as has been the case over the last 5 years, everything does not need Big shoved into it, shoehorned into it. We've not got to force the issue of a cameo or appearance or a reference, and that's what it's been, forced. A lot of the time there's no subtlety, there's a lot of time there's no purpose in it. If you're doing something for the sake of doing it, then it loses how special it is. Big is this character, that his whole thing was, to quote Titan Creed, his entire existence is a meme. And, well, memes, if you force it, then, the enjoyment and the what makes it what it is lost. And the reason I don't like Big and how he's being used comes from this is the bit where you'll get upset. This is all your fault in the community, because you inadvertently, yes, made it so that Big becomes a marketing tool. He stopped being a character and became a marketing tool. And that happened, and everyone seems to have forgotten this. This happened because of like the aftermath of, as I said before, Sonic fan base is on a wheel. Everything is on like a giant wheel, and that wheel is constantly turning. And depending upon where that wheel is, a game is deemed good, bad, what have you. And in the same way, the Sega and Sonic fanbase kind of flip-flops from one part to the other. So, a while ago, sort of post 06, we had the thing where people say, couldn't we just have Sonic on his own, and there's too many friends, and everything else. And then we got... timing, actually, because this wasn't intended, but we had Sonic and the Secret Rings, and then it was just Sonic. And one of the things that people said at the time was, hey, that's cool, we got ourselves a Sonic only game. Then we had a couple of sort of things where it was, you could only play as Sonic, and that includes, Unleashed, because it's still Sonic even if it's the Werehog. And then people started saying, hey, I'd really kind of like to play, at least bring back Tails. At least bring back Tails. And then it started snowballing, and then we had instances with many characters again where you could play as them. Thanks to the racing games and things like that. So then characters became playable again, and then you got another couple of years, and that wheel's turned. And Big became the symbol. Big the cat became the symbol for everything that represents. This was in the media as well, I should point out. Big became a focal point of everything that people meant when they say Sonic and his many, many friends. There's so many friends and blah. And it wasn't helped by the fact that they kept bringing in like every new game had a new character in it. We went through that period of Sonic Adventure 2's kind of to blame by this because it started it by introducing free characters, and then Heroes went and introduced or reintroduced free characters. You've got Advance 2 bringing in Cream, and you've got 06 bringing in Silver, and Rush bringing in Blaze, and Rush Adventure bringing in Marine, and it just kept going. It just kept going with these additional characters, and people turned around and said, the wheel turned, and enough's enough. We want to go back, so we want to get rid of these characters. And then Sonic Team turned around and said, yeah, you know what? We won't do that anymore. Iizuka basically said, and the Sonic Team said, we'll effectively retire Big. We'll make it so you won't see to take Big away, and there's nothing offensively wrong with Big. Like I say, he's just an ordinary guy. He has no special powers, and in a way, that is what makes him special. He can't throw fire. He can't lift things with his mind. He can't run fast or jump high. He's just a guy with a fishing rod, for God's sake, who wants to find his friend. Then what happened? When, after everyone was saying, yeah, let's get rid of all these friends, and the community was saying this too. Let's dial back these friends. Let's focus it down, because that's one of the problems why the game quality is so bad. It's because we're not focusing on the core mechanics, and we're not focusing on Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Eggman, and everyone sort of went aiming, I guess. And then they just went, we can just focus on those. Never mind everyone else. Just focus on that, and then the games will be good. And then Sonic Team went okay. Okay, we'll stop it, we'll get rid of Big. And then the community turned around and just went, wait, you're taking something away from us? How dare you take something away from us? That's ours! We love Big! Sonic Team going, wait, hang on a minute, but I thought you said that. No, never mind that. You can't start taking characters away from the series. No, we want Big back. We want more Big. And Sonic Team went, you sure about that? And the community went, yeah, give us Big. We want Big. And suddenly Big was the most bloody popular character in the series for no other reason than they threatened to take him away. And then, this is Sega America's fault, unsurprisingly, suddenly you had Big absolutely everywhere and in everything, and everyone lapped it up and went, yay, because Big's back. Big hadn't actually gone anywhere, but never mind, yay Big. And then Big became a marketing tool, and the addition of Big into things became something they could promote and something they could hang a hat on in terms of interaction with the community, and then it lost its specialty. That's when it became ordinary and unimportant, and Big as a character got diminished because Big stopped being the everyman character. Big just became a background joke. And that's all because you guys didn't want him to go away, and then was like, we want more of him. So when that wheel turns again, and it's been turning for a while, and you come to the same realization that, we've got a bit too much of this big fella now. Let's just stop putting him in everything. As sweet a character as he is, let's stop putting him in everything. And you turn round and say to Sega and Sonic Team, yeah, can we stop that now? Just remember, it's all your fault in the first place that this occurred. So of course we had to have some Big the Cat music there because hey, shoehorn that guy in here as well. But that was in fact Jinsonoi's remix from the Sonic Adventure Remix album of Lazy Days Living in Paradise, Big's theme. He's the only version of that on the album, incidentally. Most of the other tracks seem to have like 2 remixes, I think. 1 second, actually. Let's double check that for the sake of accuracy. So, Sonic Adventure Remix, 10 tracks. Unknown From Me, My Sweet Passion, Open Your Heart, Believe in Myself, Lazy Days Living in Paradise, track 6. Open Your Heart, Believe in Myself, Unknown From Me, and Open Your Heart. So, yeah, what's the other one? Myself, Open Your Heart has, My Sweet Passion has 2, Unknown From Me has 2. So there's 3 versions of Open Your Heart you've got on that album, which is far too many. Far too many. And then just that version of Lazy Days Living in Paradise. So, after that, we actually had another remix from Overclocked Remix, more specifically their relatively new Club Ocarina album, featuring some EDM versions of tracks from Ocarina of Time. The artist was Flexstyle, and that was their interpretation of the Bolero Fire music. Up next, we got a couple of more tracks for you of an interesting collection, I will say. First up is a game which I very much doubt has been requested or played on Radio Sega in recent years, and certainly hasn't appeared on Radio Redux in any way, shape or form, which is Lake Masters Pro Dreamcast Plus. There's track 5 from that as your next one. Following that, we've got another remix of the sort. It's a 1996 track, and it's from a certain Sonic the Hedgehog album that may or may not be remixy. You'll see.
For 15 years, bringing you the best in video game music. This is Radio Redux.
to Planet Zone.
We seem to be having a bit of a remix show anyway, aren't we? Funny that. So, last track there you had was Entering Death Egg Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1996 remix album. Also known as the Sonic the Hedgehog arcade album by a number of people. That's actually because Arcade are the label. It's the arcade music company. copyrighted by them and their German subsidiary company. Like I say, created in 1996. There's actually a CD-ROM part of that, which would enable you to get a Sonic video, some CD player related software, and Comic Zone as well. You could play some Comic Zone. Another one of those ones from that era, that sort of German-backed series of albums that we've got, which are in the sort of the trance, happy hardcore type area. For those of you who might be interested, actually, the music for track 7 was actually made by somebody by the name of Emerald Hill. Just track 7 specifically. Emerald Hill, also known as E Hill, on a couple of other albums. They're kind of responsible for They Call Me Sonic, and also for King of the Ring. They Call Me Sonic's Air Rave version actually appeared with them as E Hill, as I said before, on the Happy Rave 4 Special German Edition 2 CD compilation, also in 1996. Another one of those very weird CDs that you can grab if you ever want to get like the really, really weird, outlandish Sega Sonic music CDs. Does indeed feature on there, with a whole host of other very bizarre music. First up, though, I did say we were going to get Lake Masters Pro Dreamcast Plus, the 2000s golf game for the Dreamcast, and we were going to get track 5 for that. I actually changed it at the last minute to track. The track prior to that, as I said, was going to be from Lake Masters Pro Dreamcast Plus, a 2000s golf game for the Dreamcast. But I changed it actually at the last minute from track 5 to track 3. Why? Because, damn it, track 3 sounds a lot better than track 5 does. So I accidentally clicked on 3 and started playing that and started thinking, oh, actually, you know, that sounds better. So there you go. That's what you had. Some gaming news from around the rest of the world. If you think video games are more expensive nowadays than they used to be back in the day, well, just bear in mind that it could be a heck of a lot worse. An auctions place in Dallas, Texas, just this Friday sold a sealed copy of Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System for a whopping $114,000. It was graded 9.4 out of 10. 29 bids. Previous record over was just a shade over 100k. But yeah, most expensive game in the world now. Actually, incidentally, the previous record was also held by Super Mario Bros. Which got me to thinking, actually, how well the Mario games hold their price. When it comes to sales and stuff, you know, you get the odd one here and there that Nintendo do, but they're still, you know, relatively high pricing in everything they do. Compare and contrast that to Sega and Sonic, who, with the Steam sales, obviously we usually get at least once a year some Sonic bundle comprising everything, absolutely everything. But you know, the more recent ones tend to get very drastically reduced. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that under the current Steam sale, you could get the original Sonic for like 79p or something. Bearing in mind this is a company that pretty much for a very, very long time relied on its legacy titles, relied on the strength of the Sonic franchise, and the power of getting people to repurchase those. To have the crown jewel Sonic 1 be less than £1 It kind of makes you wonder if they're going about this all the wrong way, really. Because they've essentially, bear in mind it was pretty cheap anyway, but they've essentially reduced the value of the Crown Jewels to practically nothing. Sonic 1 is now worth nothing, more or less. It does make you wonder if they're kind of selling stuff today, but, kind of screwing themselves tomorrow. Hey. Moving right along, we have another piece of music for you. It's going to be from, Mega Man 11, actually. Regretful Memories from Mega Man 11, followed by Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, The Toy Maker's Heart. That is the tracks that are coming up for you. Well, Castlevania, isn't it, really? So it's always going to be a little bit down, ominous. Yeah, this really won't do by way of, final tracks for the day. Although the Mega Man 11 track previously was very nice indeed. Very much enjoyed that. And that's not to say that the Castlevania track was bad in any way, shape, or form, but we want a big, cheery thing to wrap us up, and something bouncy and getting the blood pumping a little bit. So we are going to end with a pair of tracks from two very different games, actually. First up, we're going to have Each Promise, Elizabeth Team's theme, from King of Fighters 13 and the original soundtrack there by SNK Playmore, followed by Sonic Mayhem's, I'm not talking about normal Sonic here, as in the Hedgehog, Sonic Mayhem's Quake 2 album, and Operation Overlord from that, going back a little bit there. So King of Fighters 13 and Quake 2 is what's coming up to end the day and the show. Thank you very much for listening in. If you're listening live on Radio Sega, thank you very much indeed. There is obviously nobody after us, so maybe head over to us on iTunes or on Spotify and you can find us there. Also, of course, you've got Radio Sega's wonderful request ability. Get your requests in now. What stuff you want to hear? Thousands of tracks to choose from on Radio Sega. For now, though, for Radio Redux for a couple of weeks, like I say, next week on LMC Block is going to be an LMC cast. I will make it happen, damn it! One way or the other. It will definitely be an LMC cast. But until that time, I will say, I've been Kevin, you've been listening to Radio Redux, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.